Going live. Going live. Going live. It's time for Friday. It's time for Friday night. It's time to watch some late night craft talk on the TV. It's time for craft night on late night craft talk. Okay, I sound terrible, don't I? I'm just like singing random things because I'm just working on this stuff. Okay. Oh, okay. So now we need to start sharing. Share. Okay, I'm gonna share.
Hey everybody, we'll be on in a little bit. Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Tell us where you're watching from while we're getting ready.
Yes, please tell us. Hey, there's Maya, there's Karen. Yay, thank you for joining us. Oh my gosh, my cap's on. My cap lock's on.
I gotta make sure mine.
Lots of fun.
There goes. Oh no, oh that goes.
Vivian!
Yeah, 5 people watching us. 5 people. Let us know where you're watching from.
Okay, so I'm doing that. I just shared on my personal Facebook page, the link to this. Make sure to share it, guys, because then we can actually get more people to watch, and then it's more interactive. It's lots of fun. Hiding in my house.
Ooh, Sturgis.
Wow.
Sturgis is a fun place right now.
Yeah, right? Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Montana, yay! Let's see here. I'm getting what the heck? I need to go back. I don't even know how that happened. I'm just like, what the heck? We're trying to get all this stuff going.
Chula Vista. I miss Chula Vista. I miss home.
Yeah, Chula's in the house. Montana's in the house.
My sister lives in Montana.
Yay. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We're doing this. So
Hi, Sherry.
So this week, James.
Somebody needs to turn off their volume.
What?
Somebody has their volume on. Turn it off. You don't hear the echo?
Nope.
Ah.
Uh-oh. That's not good. That's scary, actually. We don't need those kind of technical difficulties in this show today. Nothing. I'm closing all my apps on my phone. I don't even have it open. And I have the volume on mute.
Yeah, mine's on mute too.
So I don't know.
There's an echo.
I'm hoping the echo doesn't get worse.
Just turn on the game.
Okay, let's see, what time is it? It's 9:54. We have 8 people watching. Yay!
Yay! 8 people.
Yeah. What?
Pre-game show?
Yeah, this is the pre-game show. Game show. This is going to be so much fun. Seriously, I am so excited. So this week, James couldn't join us this week, so we have Christy with us, and so
did y'all miss me?
Tons of fun because of course we love Christy. She's awesome. Oh no, Vivian said her camping trip was a bust.
Oh, where were you supposed to go camping at?
They have a campground that they like to go to, and so yeah, it's almost 11. I know that's why we call it late night craft talk, right? 5 minutes. Can you believe it? 5 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Hi Ramona, how are you doing?
You know Ramona? She your friend?
I do. Aww. She's my mom's high school friend.
Oh, that's so cool. Hi Ramona. It's very cool. I'm so excited about this. This is so much fun doing this show every Friday. I always look forward to it. And it's so much fun to like get to hang out with my friends like Christy and Betty. And, just
That's because I'm amazing, and we all know this.
Christy, you are awesome. You are awesome. Just like that magnet I showed you.
Oh yes.
I got you guys
my
watch.
best behavior and watch my language.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, let's see here. Oh my gosh, Fridays are cooler now because of the show. Thank you, Maya.
Yay!
Really appreciate that because we put a lot of work into this show. It's lots of love that goes into this show. And it's hours and hours and
Maya and
hours.
James do a very good job.
Hours
Very
and
good.
hours and hours and hours of prep. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. And this is actually the first day that I've been in the store pretty much the entire day. So I came here around 10:30, and now it's already almost 10. And I've been here since that old time. Oh, just like the old days.
Well, I had the market today, and geez, what a day it was.
Oh, right. But you know what, Christy, you get to end your day on a very high note.
I do. And it was really hard to try and hide the bags in their
No, it's
I hope I did a good job.
Oh, you'll do a good job. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so much fun. I'm very excited about it. Very excited. Very excited. It's going to be a unique show this week. I think that everyone will probably agree with this, that it's going to be a very unique show.
But all your shows are unique.
I know, but this one is going to be very unique.
Extra unique, extra terrestrial unique.
Yes. Watch Betty on the show. I'm actually posting on Betty's page. Live.
We got 7 people watching.
Yay, cool.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
No, it's so exciting. Yay. Thank you, Maya. She's so nice. She's very nice. Very nice.
She is.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh my goodness.
Woo-hoo!
Oh my gosh. I'm tired too. It's been a long day for me.
It has been a long day. It's an interesting day.
Yes, it has been. Wow. I can't believe this week has been just like such a whirlwind.
This past couple of months have been a whirlwind.
Yeah, well, actually, I can't believe it's already been almost 4 weeks. Like I have like at 3.5 weeks of recovery. So it's pretty good. It's 9:59. What? Almost less than a minute away. Jeez. I can't believe this. It's gonna be a fun show. I keep telling myself it's gonna be a fun show. Okay, let's see. It's almost 10. It's almost 10. I can't believe it. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Because did everyone get everything shared? Everyone, we have 10 people watching now. Let's see. It's about time. It's about time.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's almost time. It's like
That echo
9:59.
is killing me.
Where's that coming from?
I don't know. I mean, I know I'm muted. I have an X on my speaker, so I don't know.
Shit. Do you have your laptop open?
Yeah.
Is your laptop mic on by any chance?
Nope, it's all X'd out.
Really? Hold on a second. Okay, guys, hold on a second. We're gonna make sure we don't have any anything that's on my end that I can find. Dan, can you take a look? Is that right? This is a speaker for my computer, and that's the mic.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
What's going on?
The
You
mic.
hear an echo on my voice, and My speaker's off.
Okay.
But that wouldn't be from Christy. Well, hold on a second, guys. We're trying to do a.
Yeah.
We're trying to improve. Do you hear an echo still?
When you hear me, do you hear an echo?
No,
Nope, it's gone. I don't know
Oh,
what you did, but
Dan,
it's gone.
Dan was hitting my screen. Maybe that's our, I mean, the microphone. Okay. All right, guys. So
It was all your fault.
it was. Oh my God. Take a look. Okay. All right,
Okay.
guys. So let me close this here and we're going to get started, everyone. Ready? Okay, we do 10, 9. Do you want to count down or we just want to start?
Well, it's already 10:01.
Okay, let's just start. Okay, guys, we're starting our show. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Thank you for straight face.
The Late Night Craft Talk, Secret Department of X-Files. You're going to be getting a chance to be in with our meeting, our FBI meeting, because we're secret agents for the secret department. So anyway, this is the next.
It's a secret.
Shh. Okay, everyone, show your screens.
Okay.
Show your screens. We're waiting for our last agent to join our group.
Come on. Alien.
We're waiting for our last agent to start. Let's see. Okay, we're all here.
Woohoo!
Okay. All right. So we're gonna start our meeting.
I feel left out. Okay, they're not shades, they're Versace, but okay.
No, we have to be very serious, very businesslike.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so we are having our meeting of the special division of X-Files, and we're all doing our independent reportings from our locations. Okay, so Agent Nieto, what report do you have?
Well, from Washington, I was hiking and I ran into an alien picnic. And I approached them and we came to an agreement and they beat me up. So I am right now on a spaceship.
Oh my goodness. That is really great.
Yes. My view is wonderful.
Wow. So.
And who knew aliens drank tea? Seriously, it was awesome.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
This is very important news. Very important.
It is very important. They like Earl Grey tea. And every 5 minutes they say switch. It was awesome. Yes.
Okay. So I do want you to make sure that you file your report from your findings and do not let the smoking man get access to this file.
Oh no, we do not want the smoking man anywhere near our documents.
Agent Cox, what do you have to report this week?
Okay, in Ohio, I was taken out to a field, an empty field, lots of plants, weeds growing, and there had been some sightings of a circular UFO saucer and a triangular saucer. Well, it's not a saucer, triangular vehicle. They landed, they took off, but what was left in the field were these lights, flashing lights. So I went out with a jar and I took a few, brought them in, looked at them. They were harmless. I let them go. But what was left was this alien head.
What?
I am part of that club. Yes, I know.
You are. So I put this in a plastic bag. It's hard. No juice coming out of it or anything. So I am going to be preserving this and sending it in and having it evaluated. But this is great because this is what's going to be happening in 2020. the truth is coming out.
Wow. This
Yeah.
is really, really a good finding. You
This
need
is
to
excellent.
make sure you file your reports in a timely manner, right?
They're all getting filed. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
We need to make sure
Yes.
because
Because
so I have my report. So 5 years ago, about actually no, it's been more than 5. In 2004, there were video footage in San Diego of the Navy seeing that they had this UFO, and it was confirmed last September by the Navy that it's actually a legitimate UFO and an unaltered video. And I wanted to let you know that there has been more activity off the coast of San Diego. We just talked to a fisherman here who saw a UFO come out of the water and then hover, and it shot up really fast. And there was a pack, like a little like UFO little something was left behind, and what was left behind was this.
oh, adorable.
It's a live baby alien. Can you believe
So
it?
cool.
I just have been trying to like not make a big deal. I've been trying not to tell the Smoky Man about this because he's going to take him away.
Very
So,
cool.
So I've been very cautious. So I want to make sure that you guys don't include this part of it in the report because we want to make sure to protect this little one.
Got it.
So anyway, I wanted to make sure you knew that because this is a very important meeting. So, okay.
Awesome.
What did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I did.
Okay, you know what? We need to end this. We need to end this meeting right now.
Okay. Right now.
I'm worried that we have a problem coming. Okay.
Okay.
So anyways, okay, you guys. All right. So I will
All right.
we'll meet shortly, but make sure don't forget to file your reports. Okay.
No problem.
Got it.
No problem.
Okay. Bye.
Got it. Bye.
It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Abea Kamori Yang and James Hermes. This week's special co-host, Christy Nieto from My Lucky Dragon. This week's special guest, Betty Cox from Betty Cox Beading Designs. I know why most of America doesn't wake up until 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. Because they're up late on Friday night watching Late Night Craft Talk. It's time to start the show.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
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 Oh,
I love the glasses. Love them.
Thank you.
oh yeah. So all right. Okay, Betty, we'll see you in a little bit.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys. That was really funny. So, hey, Christy, how are you doing this
Hey.
week?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing quite well.
It's nice to be back.
I know we miss you here on Late Night Craft Talk.
Aw, I miss being on here.
No, so you're going to be able to come back in September for a few episodes. So that'll
I
be fun.
know. Yeah. I'm super excited about that. Yay.
So what's happening? What's been going on with My Lucky Dragon?
Spit it out. Well, it's been pretty busy for me. I've been doing my markets every weekend and filling orders and just keep on keeping on, you know? It's been great. How about you? How's it going over there?
So apparently I was told that I flashed everyone. So
You did, and
I
I was
saw
trying
that.
to message. I was trying to message you, but I didn't want to be rude down. I was in the middle of messaging you.
okay, you know what? It's like a bikini top, okay? It's not like I'm like
You know what?
Betty was laughing. I'm like, Really? Well, that's weird. She's laughing. Oh,
You're so hot right now.
this is what happens when James is not here. So this
I
is
know,
how
he's like
exciting the other shows are going
That
to be,
guy.
because there's going to be
Oh,
some crazy.
now we got 14 people watching. You did good.
Yeah. So, okay, that's awesome. So I just flashed the world. That's awesome.
It was brief.
Okay. So like I said, it's very exciting on the show. You should watch it every Friday because you get to see fun stuff like this, right?
Yes. Bloops for the bloopers.
Yeah. I may just have to edit that out, and after, like, when this goes out to YouTube, it's gonna be gone.
I was like trying to message you and you're talking to me and I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah. So okay. So I think that trumps what happened in the store this week. Yeah. So I mean, so for this week at Dancing Bear, we just got a whole bunch of cards in, and we got in abalone pop sockets. They're so cool. I don't know if you saw them, but they're actually
No, I didn't get to
abalone
see
shell.
them. Ooh.
They're so cool. And so I was really excited about that. And we got a whole bunch of new card sets in, and we're getting puzzles next week, and we're getting diamond dots. I'm so excited. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that's happening now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting I got some new fabric in too. So I just gotta go through it and figure out what I'm gonna make with it. But yeah, it's been really good. Been getting a lot of new stuff in.
Cool. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna announce the winner from last week's social media share, and the winner is Burl Tushnik. I have such a hard time saying his last name. I'm sorry, Burl. I love your last name. It's very cool. But we wanted to congratulate you on winning. We'll be sending you a
Yay,
special
Burl!
gift.
How's this
And thank you.
bacon tree?
You know, he told me that he is working on giving it lots of water and taking care of it so that it can actually sprout more bacon.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, he said it went really well. So, yeah. Okay, so let's go to the next thing here. Hold on a second. I'm going to my next thing here.
It's fine.
Okay, I need to fast forward this.
I'm drinking my alien tea.
Nice. Okay. So I need to go back here and here. Okay, because I'm doing like all the stuff today. So of course, that's why it's crazy here. Okay, so I want to announce our special guest, Betty Cox from Betty Cox Beading Designs. And we are getting ready for you to be on our show, Betty. Let's see here. I'm going to ask you to unmute your screen. You got it?
Where's Betty? Come out wherever you are.
Hi,
Here I am.
Betty.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing? You look really great.
Oh, thank you. I got some new glasses.
Yes, they're wonderful. They accentuate your shape of your face and your style.
And my skin,
Yes,
my green skin.
Yes,
Yes.
it's definitely your color you
Thanks.
need.
Thank you.
Yay!
Very
so-
reptilian. Yes.
Okay, so tell us about yourself. Like, so how did you get started in this whole beading thing, like this whole world of beads?
Wow. I actually owe a friend of mine who was a labor and delivery nurse. Her name is Terry. Terry, if you're watching, hi, Terry. She started making jewelry and lamp work, glass beads. So anyhow, we started going to shows. And before I knew it, I'm starting to buy stones and all sorts of stuff. And she's teaching me everything. And then I learned some projects from her, and then kind of took off on my own. Also did some clay work for a while and some resin work. So I kind of veered off, not just doing beading, So it was a variety of different things. And then bead embroidery became my focus. Yeah.
Cool. That is so cool. Okay, so let's see here. Um, so what inspires your creations?
So I would say that I'm probably inspired more so by other artists' work. So I tend to focus on a focal piece, whether it's glass or clay, a face, an animal, anything. And then I kind of take it from there. And that's kind of the focus or theme of my work. So that's kind of
Okay.
how that comes about.
Yeah, so with that said, let's start looking at some of your works. Everyone's really wondering, they're like, what does Betty make? What does she do?
All right.
What she
What
does.
does Betty do?
What does Betty do?
See, okay, so here we go. Here's some kind of samplings of her pictures that were from her website that says her company name. And I'm just going to kind of run through these, and then we're going to start looking at her projects that she has that we can discuss. And it's kind of cool. Like, and I've seen a bunch of these things start to, happen as fruition. So it's kind of cool to see this. Okay, so let's talk about these. So Betty, tell us about this one.
Okay, so obviously the theme of this show tonight's been about aliens, and I am very much interested in that. So these are, this piece is called Lost Alien Women in Space. So they're essentially like on a spaceship or some kind of bizarre whatever it is, and there's flames coming out the back. I don't think flames really happen in space, but I don't know. It was just a fun piece. And I had a woman recently ask me if I could make a kit for her so she could make one. So I haven't seen that. I sent that to her. So I don't know. It's just been my interest the last year or so. I've been into the alien aspect of my beading. And it's a brooch, and you could pin it onto your top or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That's really
And your
fun.
top, if you're Savea wearing a top. Sorry, I had to
we
say
need to
that.
we need to embroider beads for Savea's top.
Well, like I said, at least I was wearing a bra. Not pasties, right?
Exactly. So,
Last-
sorry, Savea. I'm never going to let you down for that one.
Okay, well, yeah, I know. Okay, moving on.
Okay. And here's another alien piece. The focal piece here, what inspired me, this is Mac. She lives, I think she's in Colorado now. She was in Arizona. She's a big raku artist. And these were some alien faces that she came up with a couple of years ago. And I could not believe it. So I bought a whole bunch of them. She made some for me. And then I made some kits. And all the kits are different. And this one's more purple and gold. I did teach a class out East Coast last summer. We did an alien kit piece. And as you can see, there's some bicycle chain in there, actually.
Yeah, it's purple.
Is that like the hair? Is it for hair or is it a brooch?
This piece is actually a pendant, and there's a tiny little beaded bail up at the top. So it's a pendant. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. It's
really
kind of big. It's not big, but it's not you could wear it as a brooch, I suppose. Yeah.
It's lots of, it's just, the thing that I like about Betty's work is that it's just a lot of texture, and there's lots of nooks and crannies where you're just like looking at all this interesting, there's just stuff everywhere. There's so many little nuggets to look at, like little,
yeah, there's a lot to see. You always find something different, and that's really neat.
So it's kind of
Thank you.
So let's go on the next one.
Yeah, this one I completed this year. This is called Rebirth or Birth. This has a focal porcelain piece, is made by The Face, and her name is Diane. I can't pronounce her last name. I think she's up in Washington or Oregon. And her work is very noticeable. A lot of people recognize it. So I love these angel wings, and I felt like almost like the face is being born also. And then down below where there's this little circular gold piece, that is a bronze piece that comes from Russia. Her name is Anna Bronze. And so I almost felt like she was giving birth to that piece. And birth is painful and beautiful all at the same time. So I use a lot of different stones and rocks and spiky things. I think of pain, birth is pain. So that's kind of where that piece came from.
Cool. Here's another one. Let's see here. What's going on?
The colors are very pretty. I like the hot pink and the purple.
Thank you. And that tends to be my theme. I use a lot of purples, pinks, metallics, a lot of turquoisey. This is a Laura Mears porcelain mermaid. It's actually comes in two parts here, the top and then the tail. And then I just created this piece. I actually had a frame made for it. It's been in an art gallery in Laguna Beach. Yeah, so I had made another one just like it, only it was in the blues and the whites. So this is more of a wall hanging. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the seashells too, right? Yeah.
A lot of shells.
Mhm.
Yes. And then this one actually is now up in Minnesota at the International Owl Center. There is an organization that supports owls, and they had a contest called Hool Bead for Owls. And so this piece got accepted. This is also a Laura Mears. That is her name, a porcelain woman there in the center. And then I used some opals and seed beads and jagged quartz pieces. And it's actually dimensional. And if you turn it over, it's got like gold leather on the back and it's stuffed with batting. So it's actually in a showcase with glass or a framed, I forget what you call those. But anyhow, it's in a frame.
Oh, okay.
And that piece has also been in Los Laguna Art Gallery. This piece I made years ago. I was into eyeballs, and there's a couple of bead artists out there that were really into prosthetic eyes. And so I kind of got into it. This is a real prosthetic eye. And I just took off and I had a ton of these they're check dagger glass beads. And it's very Nautilus looking, isn't it? Or what is it? The Fibonacci. I'm really bad at that stuff, but that circular, the way it goes around like a shell, is very popular. And there's a doctor I worked with, and she bought that piece, and she says it's her third eye.
That's awesome. It does. It almost looks almost reptilian too.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy and beautiful at the same time.
Yeah, I like it. I think that's so far my favorite. All your pieces are beautiful, but so far that's my favorite.
I really think this one's fun because it just looks like it all of the layers of the daggers just makes it look like this really kind of, funky little animal, or like, it's just so interesting how it just like swirls. And I think that's pretty cool.
Thanks.
That's just interesting.
I wish I could replicate it. I probably wouldn't be able to. It's one of those spontaneous things, didn't really have a plan for it. And then it just evolved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I love it.
And I think it's kind of cool that the beads match the eyeball.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. Okay. So this is actually going to be a video, guys. This is Betty. You want to tell us about this as you look around it?
Yes. So obviously that's an alien there. There's 3 alien faces. They're polymer clay. I made them from a mold. Then I've got some different chain. I've got a Mac piece in there that's kind of spiky. And I've got couple alien spaceships. There's a little alien face up there. Some other clay work. This piece is Karen Bronze, that circular piece there in the middle. It's got a silver, bail. So you could actually wear it as a necklace. And I did wear it in Tucson in February when the Tucson 2 Bead True Blue show was going on. And I got a lot of attention, and it's shape of a triangle. So at the end of the video, you'll see there's 3 aliens. So this piece, I have seen something that looked like a UFO back in the early 90s, and it was in the triangular shape. So Here's another one of my pieces. This is fun. There's an alien ship, and there's an astronaut down below.
Oh,
And
wow.
there's a Mac alien face. And then there's an astronaut that was made for me by a Russian artist. Yeah, this is called Alien Universe. There's a lot of metal in it. So I always think of the universe as being very cold, violent, scary, you know, just a lot of planets and stars. And I kind of threw it all together in one big piece. So my spaceship. Thank you. And that's a wall hanging. Okay, this piece is a kit, and I've made various kits. The artist in the center that made this dome-shaped porcelain piece, her name is Michelle McCarthy. She's awesome. She makes a lot of work for me to teach with. And this is a pendant. It's probably about 5 inches by 5 by 3. So it's really not that big. It looks big. And I use a lot of dimensional freeform style beading in this piece. It's all bead embroidered. And it has a leather backing.
Very cool.
It almost looks like it could be a fascinator too. It's real pretty.
Yeah.
A fascinator?
Yeah, like you can wear it like on your head as like a hairpiece with like
oh yeah
netting or something.
Oh yeah, you could.
Know, this one I remember when Betty was working on this one, and to me I told her it reminds me a lot of the Great Barrier Reef.
It does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, they have all the really bright colors and all the really cool textures.
Yep.
That's what I really like about this one.
And of course, I buy a lot of my beads at Dancing Bear.
That's not what I picked her to be on the show, by the way, just so you know.
Say what? What did you say?
We didn't pick you to be on the show because of that.
I know, but it's really true.
Love your work because I mean, it's just it's taking a lot of the beads that people maybe don't know what to do with, and just making just enjoying working with the beads and making like just interesting
combinations.
Like,
yeah. And I love teaching too. This piece is just kind of out there. This frog, it's a fish. It looks like a frog, but it's a fish.
It's a pufferfish, right?
Yes. His name, Robbins. He's up in Oregon. He's a really cool glass artist. And I kind of threw this piece together and showed it to him. So whenever I've seen him at a show, I always try to have something of his to share with him. So it's supposed to be a pendant. It's not that big. It's probably about 4 inches by 3. Mm-hmm. So a lot of this stuff, when you look at it, you don't really know how big it is. It's really not big at all. Mm-hmm. So once again, I have a little tiny frog up there.
There's a little tiny frog hiding.
Yeah, I was looking at the frog. Yeah.
Yep, little tiny frog. Yep.
Yeah. Aww. Okay, next one. Oh, this is, for some reason, my slides keep duplicating every once in a while. So
that's because you really like it. So this piece, this is a clay face that's made by an artist named Jen Martin. We haven't been able to locate her. I have quite a few pieces left of hers, and her work is so interesting because it's almost realistic, but kind of whimsical at the same time. So this is a flying cat. Some people think it's a rabbit, but it's actually a cat. And this is a bracelet, and I sold this piece to a friend of mine out east. So, and I use a lot of different colors of metallic leathers, really into metallic beads and check glass. And those wings up at the top, I think that's some kind of acrylic. I bought that from those wings from some woman, and I can't think of her name, but they're like almost like plastic like. Mm-hmm. They're very sturdy. Yeah.
That's cool.
Thank you. One of my favorite pieces, this clay artist that did the face, she has feathers coming out. Her name is Bev Choi. She's an incredible artist. in every aspect. Everything she does, she's an expert. So I bought this from her, and actually there are some moths. There's one moth at the bottom, two to the side, and one up at the top. And it's hard to see them. They're I have beading over them. So this piece is called In Flames, and this represents California and all the fires that California's, been through.
Mhm.
So it's kind of fire and hot, and I think the colors kind of represent flame. That's where I got that from. So
Mhm.
it's kind of a big piece, actually. You could wear it, but it's probably more of a wall hanging.
Mhm.
There's a couple of eyeballs in there too.
Yeah. And then so the moths are actually, I don't know if you can see my mouse on the screen. I don't know if you can see it.
Can you point to him?
I don't know if I can, but
That's one. There's one below there.
this is a mouse, a moth right here.
And there's another
This is a
one
moth
there,
right here.
right? And then one up
This is a
to,
moth
yeah.
right here.
So moths, like butterflies, not butterflies, but moths, aren't they attracted to light? So I kind of,
Yeah.
they're all flying up to the light, the flames,
Mhm.
and animals escaping from flame. So this piece has a lot of meaning to me
Mhm.
because I lived in California for 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a porcelain mermaid piece that was made for me by Sherry Mallory. She's actually in California. She's an incredible artist who's made work for me to also make kits for. And I taught this last summer out east at a bead store. And I have lots of different stones in here. I have shells, I have checked glass, a lot of colorful seed beads. So you can see the same colors that I like to use. A lot of purple, turquoise. Yeah, this is a really fun piece.
I like
And
it.
this
It
is,
kind of reminds me of like octopus,
oh,
like
yeah.
tentacles.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so it's
really
got a
like
weird,
that.
thank you. It's got an irregular shape. I don't like symmetry. I like asymmetrical more so because it makes it more interesting. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next one.
This was a fun piece. I created this. I taught this last summer out east. This is a female dragon, and up at the top there's a wing up there. Kind of looks like an ear, but it's a wing, and that is a raku piece created by Laura Souter. She's also from California. I have used a lot of her work. She's an incredible raku artist. So I made these into kits, and all of them were slightly different. The colors of the beads were different, but this is my original piece. And there's a lot going on in this piece. So if you took this class or bought this kit, you'd be spending probably months trying to figure it out. But it's a lot of free form beading style that I like to do. So it's hard to describe it, but when you're doing it, it's just very freeing. And that's what I really enjoy about this type of bead embroidery.
There's
Free form.
also something to think about when you're doing bead embroidery like this. There is no boundaries or limits to what you're doing because there are no limits or boundaries. Your piece is created, completely solely on how you feel, right?
Mhm.
So that's what
Exactly.
it's kind of nice because you may think you're going one way and you're going to start developing into another thing.
Exactly. And sometimes you just don't know how it's going to come out,
Mhm.
or turn out until you look at it and you go, wow, that's kind of cool looking.
Mhm.
But
That's
yeah, I
more
had a
like an
really fun
artistic.
time.
That's
I
like an
don't think
artistic thing.
Pardon?
That's like an artistic thing, like you're allowing the art to move you.
Right. You're right. Yep.
Okay, next one. We have a lot to show here. Let's see. Maybe this is the empty slide. Okay, there we go.
This is an eyeball, a unique one created by Jeff Barber. He's from Wisconsin, does incredible lamp work with eyes. And a lot of his eyes are very soft looking And so a lot of people aren't afraid of looking at them, but I just made this piece. I love the colors. I had purple and orange and green. So I found all the beads that would go with it. And then I just put it together. So it kind of looks like, I think Savea said it looked like a bird.
Yeah.
And I could see that. Yeah, I didn't really look at it that way, but I do see that. It looks like a bird.
It looks like a bird. Mhm.
Yeah,
It
but
looks like a cute little alien bird.
it looks like an alien bird. Yeah. Yep.
Cute.
So I love that piece. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to go to the next one. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so I just made that probably about 6 weeks ago. This artist is also Sherry Mallory. She does porcelain work for me. She's an incredible porcelain artist, and it's dimensional. It's a bracelet. It's kind of clunky and chunky, and I plan on teaching this, and I use a lot of, there's shells in there. There's nautilus looking shells that are check glass, a lot of seed beads, lots of different colors. And the actual material that it's on is a purple leather piece, has ultra suede on the back, and then it's got a beautiful clasp. But you could do anything with this. You could turn it into a pendant. I just had really a fun time creating this with all the textures and the colors.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Baby mermaid.
Yeah, it's a baby mermaid. Okay, this piece, I can't even think of the name of, it's called Chick Cicada. So it's a cicada bug, and this is a Laura Souter raku piece, and part of it's bead embroidered, and then the base part, you can't really see it in the picture. The part that goes around your wrist is peyote style, and it's very irregular, different colors. I had really fun time creating this piece too. And I taught this in Tucson back in February. And this is a kit, and all the cicadas look a little different. The colors, this one has a little more bronze and green in it, but some of the other ones are different, different colors. So this was fun to make. This is a Laura Mears, what is that? Puma. I have to think about it. This is part of a bracelet that I made. You can't see the whole thing, but it just, as Savea said, it looks like the puma is coming out of the forest or the field, and it's surrounded by lots of different plants. And once again, my favorite colors, a lot of greens and purples and teals. So I have, as you can see, probably a big collection. So when I'm making something, I have usually color themes, and then I start pulling out different types of beads that I enjoy using, and then I put them into a piece. So the art of doing all of this, the part that a lot of people don't realize, it's the act of creating it is so fun. I mean, once you're done with it, you're like, oh boy, that's over now. But when you're actually creating it, that is the best part of creating all this bead embroidery, because it's very freeing and very spontaneous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like this one. It's cute. Oh, and then plus it's really purple too. So I mean,
A lot of purple.
I'm a little biased.
Of course, because you're a purple queen and so am I. And then this is a glass cab that I got. Oh, this fellow's down in Florida. And this was fun too. And this is just a kitty cat bracelet. And she's got all sorts of colors surrounding her, a lot of freeform beading. I have a little moon up at the top. And there's actually two eyeballs. There's one to the right and one down lower left. You can't really see it. And those are supposed to be the cat eyes. And it's on a blue leather cuff that I beaded around on the edging. A lot of freeform style. Mm-hmm. So there is some planning involved when I do this, but then at the same time, when I'm putting it together, it becomes very freeform style. Yeah. It's fun.
Well, that's what's nice about it, because like I was saying, you're using all of the different beads that were inspired to be used from your focal piece. So that makes it interesting too.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I made that fairly recently. So this is a face, and it's a woman, obviously, and she's a fly woman. The artist that made that face for me, her name is Bev Choi. She's the one who also did the Flames lady. And she sent this to me years ago, and she goes, Betty, I know you would appreciate this stuff. So anyhow, I just finally decided to make a fly woman. And she's got little legs dangling down at the bottom. She does have some hands. You can't really see them. They're off to the side. But this piece, it's stuffed with batting. So it's dimensional. And I don't know what you would do with it. You could probably wear it. You could just sit it on a table and look at it. So yeah, and she's actually carrying a baby down below, her little pouch. I don't think flies have pouches, but this fly woman does. Do you see the pouch down there?
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
So it's just a fun piece. Okay, this is from my Painted Woman series. These faces were made polymer clay from an artist out east. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. She's not making them anymore, but they're all different colors. So the piece to the lower right, it has a moth there. That's one of my moths. And all three of those are bracelets. So they do curve around your wrist. And they're all different and unique. And that's how I make all my pieces. They're all individual. The kits are all individual. The colors go with the face. So I'm always inspired by the face or the moth. And so that moth, I really had a good time putting these moths in with the face. Yeah.
That's fun.
Okay, this is a really one of a kind piece. It's another clay face by the same artist that did those other faces for me in the previous picture. And she has fangs. So I would call her a fanged woman. And I just had really fun time creating this. It's got purples and oranges and a little bit of green thrown in there. Not everybody's, too thrilled about having fangs in their work, but, I always like to stir the pot a little bit. And some people don't even see the fangs until you mention it.
I think it's interesting.
Thank you. Okay, this is probably the biggest piece, the most in-depth piece I've ever made. This is a true alligator skull, a real alligator skull. I bought from Florida, living out in California a few years ago. And I don't think they'll ship them to California anymore, but at that time it was legal. And alligator skulls are not endangered, so nobody can think that, I went out and shot an alligator or something. But anyhow, so I bead embroidered this entire thing. The entire alligator is beaded, even underneath it, the top of it, on the sides. The back of the skull is, yes, that's a bead embroidered also. And then I have a tongue in there, and I did some epoxy clay on the teeth, put some rhinestones. The palette up at the top has epoxy clay, and I put a whole bunch of rhinestones up there. And then she's got an eyeball on her tongue. And that piece I was a finalist in Bead Dreams in 2017 in Wisconsin through the Bead and Button show. So she's been around, and that piece is really heavy. It's about 8 pounds.
I think
Wow.
8 pounds. Betty, didn't you say when you were shipping it, you were really concerned about shipping it?
Yes, I was so worried that it would break, but I went to UPS and they did a really good job. And then Bead and Button shipped it back to me. So there's no problem. The only problem is when you pick her up, she'll periodically snap at me, so I have to be really.
That's funny. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
she's got teeth. They're sharp.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's super
Thank
cool.
you. And this is a glass artist who did the face in the center. I know her first name is Kathy. I think it's Yarburger. She's an incredible artist, and they kind of remind me of Picasso faces.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and I still have a few of them, and I've created other work with her faces, and it was just a very spontaneous, random piece. And it's a necklace. I think I sold that piece because I don't have that piece anymore. This is a Laura Mears rabbit, a porcelain rabbit, and this piece was really fun. It's got every color imaginable in it, and it made me kind of think of an Easter egg when I was making it. It's got a weird shape to it, but I ended up turning it into a purse. So if you turn it over, it's you put your cell phone, a wallet, and that's about it, and your comb and your lipstick. But I did sell this, I think, about a year ago. And this piece I took to Italy because I taught in Italy back in 2016, and this piece was on display there. So anyhow, I don't have this piece anymore.
This is a really fun piece. It totally reminds me of Easter, and it almost is like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah,
I was thinking that too.
Right. I know. It was so fun to make. I can't believe I put everything that I practically owned into this piece. You can see all the, what are those little pieces down at the bottom? I forget. Not geckos.
Are you talking the
honeycombs?
Oh, honeycombs. Yeah. And there's
I think they're
beads.
honeycombs. Yeah.
There's silky beads. There's honeycombs. There's pip beads. Looks like there's probably some super duos in there.
And there's some lucite pieces. I did some peyote freeform. Yeah, it does. It looks like Easter and the rabbits running through the forest.
That's fun.
Okay.
This is a good one.
I know. Girls, these are my 3 dogs. I have 3 labs. They look exactly like these dogs here. And the one to the left, the black lab, her name is Rosie. The one to the right is Sadie, and the one at the bottom is Zoe. And they are my fabulous pets. And these are Laura Mears dogs. And I had made bracelets, but I took them apart and decided to make this trio of dogs. And it's a pendant. And I finished that this year. And I throw leaves in there and just colors around their heads to represent their personalities.
Aww.
That's cute.
They officially taught my dog Chewy to bark.
Yeah. So we've babysat Chewy, her dog, Savea's dog, and her dog never barked until she hung out with my dogs.
And was it Rosie that's his girlfriend?
Yes, Rosie loves Chewy, and Chewy loves Rosie.
They just would follow each other around the whole time. It was so cute.
Aww.
Yeah, they loved each other.
The other two were like, eh.
Yeah. I know, we love Chewy. Chewy is such a sweet dog.
Yeah.
I know. If you ever want to give him up, we'll take him.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll change the subject.
Okay. Okay, this is Stephen Weiss, family-owned business, the Beadsmith. And he had my 2016, I can't believe it was only 2016, Dracula. This is Affair with Dracula. This is a piece that I made for Battle of the Beadsmith. And I went to Bead and Button Show, and I had this piece with me, and he put it on. And he's a jokester, so he posted this. It wasn't me. He posted this. So I think it's just funny.
It says, I'm modeling. There's no point in trying to prove you have a brain, so why even bother? So I'd sooner save the energy for something more meaningful, like finally getting to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Whatever.
What does
Okay.
that mean?
Whatever. So that contest is coming up, and I'm going to be starting my piece, my 2020 Battle of the Beadsmith piece. It's an international beading contest. So it's really gotten my work out there over the years, and it's forced me to make these really big, extravagant beaded pieces. So they give you 2 months to work on these pieces. So it's really an incredible thing. You don't win anything, you just get recognition. And it's
Oh, that's cool.
interesting to see artists all over the world create these beautiful pieces. My pieces are already always kind of out there and weird and kind of crazy. But you know, that's how people know who you are if you're different, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Well, you're a bead artist. So people, you know, there's a difference between a bead artist and say just someone who beads. Because when you're, you know, I mean, everyone's beading is creative, but like you're taking beading to a fine arts level, I think, in regards to how you approach beading. Because I think that that's not some of the ways that you have explained how you work. It's like from a fine arts point of view.
There you go.
Okay, so let's look at your next one.
Okay, this is probably my most well-known piece. This is called My Life as the Midwife. I was, or I still am, a certified nurse midwife professionally. I am an RN. I worked for 35 years as a nurse, and actually 23 years of that 35, I've been a midwife. I just retired. So this is my Battle of the Beadsmith piece. I think, is this 2017? And this face is a polymer clay face, and the hands are polymer clay created by a Russian artist that I found on Etsy. So people say, how do you find these people? Well, you just find them, you know. And she made this face of me and the hands. And then I made this piece, and it's supposed to represent myself and all the women, and my kids are in here. There's a little blue baby there. That's my son. I'm holding, that's Joel. And then up above is my daughter in pink. And my stepson is that yellow face down at the bottom. And then my husband says, well, where am I? So he's the little blue face in my right arm up there.
Here?
Yeah, that's my husband. So all the other women down below are women or patients or friends or people in my life that I've taken care of. And so and my dogs are in there too, believe it or not. Rosie, Sadie, and Zoe. You have to find them. There's Rosie, and then there's a little lab below Rosie. There's one, yep, and then below Rosie, yep. So this piece has a lot of meaning, and I got a lot of critique on this piece because it was so big and massive and heavy. But this piece has been in a few art gallery shows and contests, and it's I keep it in a frame, and yeah, so all free form beading style. And a lot of those faces, I did not make those faces. Those are clay faces made by different artists. So a lot of fun, a lot of work. Okay, this is my hairdresser, or my old hairdresser. This is Jana, who modeled this piece for me after my hair appointment. This was my 2018 Battle of the Beadsmith piece. This is an elephant. This piece is called Naked and Not Afraid. And if you've ever seen that show, Naked and Afraid, it was a takeoff on that. So anyhow, it's a dimensional beaded elephant running through I don't think forest, they live in the jungle, and there's a lot of stuff going on. It's hard to see from far away, but you'd have to see it up close. But I have a lot of dimensional things going on. The trunk, the ears, there's a leg, the horns, the tusks are made out of bone. So, and then those eyeballs are imitation prosthetic eyes. This was a lot of fun. And I had surgery on my foot, so I was working on this piece when I was recovering from surgery. So one of my favorite
Is it a
pieces.
vest or is it something you hang around your neck?
You could wear it around your neck, as you can see, but it's more of a wall hanging. I mean, these big pieces that I make are so big that most people wouldn't wear them, but you never know,
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
So, and then, so anyhow, that was one of my fun pieces. Yeah. Okay. So this was my very first Battle of the Beadsmith piece. So that must have been 2014 or 15. And this piece is called All Knowing. And the model modeling it, I worked with her mother. Her mother was a medical assistant. And this is her daughter. And this is Emily, who was an incredible model. She had done modeling anyway, and she had this tiny little waist. And anyhow, so she came over, she put this wig on her head, did her makeup, and put this crazy piece of mine on her. And there's a real prosthetic eye. My son's wisdom teeth are in the mouth, believe it or not.
What?
Yeah. So you see those white teeth? That's
wow.
my son Joel's wisdom teeth. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And then there's 3 little symbols down at the bottom. I was told I did one upside down. There's the peace sign to the left. The middle piece is a side profile of a face. And then the other sign is the female sign. And this piece represents my daughter's personality, and very vibrant, colorful. And the piece is called All Knowing. And she's a therapist. So she's very smart and very good with people. So anyhow, I had a blast making this piece. Loved making it. Okay, this is, you even said, the Savea, that this piece is so different from the other pieces that I've made. This is a Laura Mears owl. Everything goes good with Laura Mears porcelain pieces because she's an incredible artist. So there's some malachite, green stones, there's some daggers, a lot of seed beads. And I sold this piece. Everybody loves Laura Mears' work. Actually, I have another owl just like that. So I don't know if I can replicate a piece like it. Every piece I do is different. So yeah, that's not very big. It's probably about 5 by 4 inches. So it's pretty small.
That's really pretty.
Thank you.
Very natural. Like it's like when you said it's different, it's because your work is usually really like bright, colorful. And this one is like more of like a natural, like if you're
It's neutral.
Earthy.
Yeah.
It's more earthy.
If you're making a project and you couldn't have those colors, this is the colors you'd use.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's real pretty.
Thanks. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And guess who this is? So anyhow, this is me. I'm either 15 or 16 years old, naturally blonde there, maybe not now, but there I am. Playing the cello. I was a cellist in my younger days, went to school, studied music, have a music degree, played in orchestras. So this might be kind of where I get a lot of my art background from. I always drew. I was an artist when I was younger, but music became my life. And then I went back to school to be a nurse and then a midwife. And now I'm a bead artist.
So we're showing you this picture for a reason.
Okay. Oh, yes, we are. I forgot. I knew there was some reason for it. So this is another Battle of the Beadsmith piece. This is a big piece. This is called A Cellist's Dream World. So as you can see, the shape of the piece is the shape of a cello. And the piece up above that goes around your neck, those are the treble clefs. Those are beaded. The face of this piece is an artist called Pasha. Well, she goes by Pasha. She's a by-jointed doll artist in New York. I found her work on Instagram. I freaked out and I thought, I got to get this head. And the hands are also by her. The cello that she's holding, it's just a little cello that I painted over. It's a wooden cello. There's some tooled leather pieces. There's a Luna moth, and the wings up above her head, that's by an artist. And she's near Russia, and I can't think of the name of the country. Anna Masters. She's an incredible tooled artist. And there's little women on each corner of the cello who are playing smaller cellos. So it's really hard to see in this picture. And it's dimensional. I stuffed it with batting, and it's got metallic leather on the sides. So yeah, this piece I keep in a showcase, a frame with glass. Yeah, a lot of work. And there I am wearing it.
That's like,
Oh, that's cool. Oh, it is big. Wow.
yeah. So it's saying when we show,
And it's got the end pinned on the bottom, you know, the purple part down at the bottom. So when you play a cello, that cello has an end pin. So, okay, 2017. Yeah. So that piece probably is the heaviest piece I have. Nobody's going to wear this to the grocery store, right? Or shopping.
I don't know. I might wear it to the grocery store.
Okay, well, I do. But anyhow, it shows you that how big it really is. Yeah. My favorite colors, again, purples, teal, metallics, hot pink. Yep. Okay, so this shoe here, there's two of them actually. This was my Battle of the Beadsmith piece from last year. So that was 2019. And I got these stiletto shoes. I ordered them online, and I should have gotten bigger ones because they're very tiny. I actually can get my feet in them, but not very well. And so what I did is I beaded all of the eyeballs that I had. So a lot of these are the Jeff Barber glass eyes. I have prosthetic eyes. I have fake prosthetic eyes. I have eyes that you can buy from different places, and I beaded around them, and then I attached them to the leather, different colors of leather, and then sewed it to the shoe. And inside the shoe, you can see there's beaded eyeballs also. The back of the shoe has beaded eyes. I think Savea has another picture.
let me get the next one up. You can see everything all together.
So in the middle there, that is a insert that goes in one of the shoes, and it's a necklace. And then down at the bottom is another insert of the shoe, and that can be worn as a bracelet. So usually what I do is I just display them with the inserts inside. And this I shipped to to Maryland, Cumberland, Maryland. What was this show called? It was a wearable art type of show, and these were on display. And I saw there was a lot of clothing, but here's my eyeball shoes. Yeah.
Those are cool.
Thank you.
I would wear those.
Oh, I bet you would. What size do you wear? 6.5?
6. Yeah.
Oh, you could probably fit into them.
You're so lucky, Christy, because whenever you go to the shoe stores, all the cute shoes are available in size 6.
Yeah. My mom had a size 5 feet. Her feet were so tiny.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh.
Tiny feet. So we are, can you believe it? Betty.
What?
We were talking for about like 45 minutes with your
Are
artwork.
you serious? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my God.
so crazy. Because like I was telling you, like the time just melts away when you're talking about all the different things that you've done. And it's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you, Savea.
Yay. So I want to do a couple slides, and then let's go into the overtime and do some Q&A.
All right.
Okay.
So let me get the next screen ready for us. And click the next one over. Okay. So everyone, let's see. Okay, sharing the screen. Okay, so every week, we've been mixing it up, not doing trivia, but what we're doing is we're saying, hey guys, we'd like for you to share our links for the show and our different businesses, the different links, and I will be putting those links inside the information for the show. I didn't get a chance to do it today because we just had so much going on right before the show. But if you want to enter the drawing, we give away like a little gift prize, and you have to share and like all these our Facebook pages by 11:59 p.m. Sunday. When you do that, then you need to come back to this live feed and type in done, and it helps so that we can see it. So anyway, this is what we're doing for that, and then also next week's guest is going to be Laura Lundy. She is an entrepreneur, and her business is Slip Stitch Studios. So it's kind of cool stuff. I wanted to share that really quick while we're, everyone's still here. Okay. So, Betty. So,
Yes.
Chris, you and I are going to take turns doing the questions, and then we have some questions from the audience as well.
Right, we have some people asking some questions.
Yeah, so do you want to read that one first, actually, Christy?
Oh, sure. Let's see here. Maya wants to know, what is batting?
Oh, batting. It's batting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
and what it is, they stuff like quilts with it, or sometimes these fake pillows. It's white and it's kind of cottony, and you can pull it apart. I'm looking to see if I have a piece right here. I don't. But you can buy it at Joann's or any fabric store, and you can stuff it in things, and it creates dimension, and it's soft and foamy.
Okay. All right. So Carol Ann asked, do you ever do a rough sketch of what you're working on or what you're going to work on?
Yes, I have that piece, All Knowing, the funky piece with my son's teeth. I had drawn a picture, but when I did it, it didn't turn out at all like what I thought it was going to. And then the Draconia, the dragon piece that had the raccoon wing, I did draw that out, and then I cut the stiff felt out in the shape, and then I beaded it. So yeah, there was some thought process involved in that. Yeah, but a lot of it is kind of random. Yeah. I might draw a line or two with some metallic silver ink on my stiff felt to give me like a line to follow. It's like coloring, you color and you follow the line.
You're coloring with beads.
I color with beads. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. So just so you know, I don't know if you saw the live feed, but people throughout the whole show, when you're talking about your stuff, they're talking about how they're like loving all of the different things that you've done. They said that they're amazing, they're creative, and that they're very cool, and that they like the different textures and materials, and that the one Maya said she loves the mermaid one. They're saying gorgeous, love the owl piece, the eyeball piece is rad. The eye one is gorgeous. They say they love it. They love the ocean theme ones. Beautiful, cool, wow, beautiful.
Oh, I didn't see it. I don't see that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that it's kind of interesting to see that, people are actually responding during our show, which is kind of cool. Christy, we have another question from Maya.
Another one. So Maya asked another question. I hope I'm saying your name right, Maya. What do you use to fasten all of the beads and stuff? And that was the same question I was going to ask too. Is it sewn on or is it glued on? Like, how does that?
So I'm looking around. I don't have anything right here, but what I do, oh, yes, I do. Hang on. Here is a big piece of stiff felt. Okay, so it's stiff. It's not real soft. So what I do is I use thread and needle, And there's different kinds of thread you can use and sizes of needle. So I usually go up through the, I tie a knot, I go up through the material, pull it out, grab a bunch of beads, go back down. So it's all stitched into this stiff felt. And I tend to use black felt mostly. I don't use other colors. This makes everything pop, you know, makes all the colors pop. So everything I do is bead embroidered. Rarely do I do bead weaving, which is another style of beading. So yeah, that's the focus. That's the main part of what I bead on. So it's stiff felt. You can buy it at Joann's. I know Hobby Lobby sells it. Michael's used to sell it. And you sell it. Yes.
So none of it is ever glued on. It's literally weaved and sewed on.
Some of it, some like the focal pieces, the big pieces like an eyeball or a wing or something, I'll glue on there. And then I use E6000. So usually before I stitch, I'll have the certain focals glued, and I make sure it's dry, and then I'll do my beading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do gluing. Yes.
Okay.
This is a common practice. So I don't know if you guys have seen the earrings where there's like an earring and it has like a stone in the center. Those are usually glued down and then they're beaded around. So and bead embroidery is it's a little different than bead applique, but some of the things are very similar. And this is just a totally different type of, you know, beading technique, because we don't necessarily, a lot of people that are coming to our store are familiar with like bead loom, lazy stitch, 3-drop peyote, brick stitch. So it's a little different, but I know that you do use some of those techniques in your beading projects, and you take everything and you put it all together, like the different techniques.
Yep. You got it.
Okay, let's see. So what inspires your creations?
Usually color, dimension, texture. So beads in general. Like if I just had a bunch of seed beads, I'd probably look at that and go, okay, now what am I going to do with that? But if I have a focal piece, it could be an eyeball, it could be a mermaid. Now they're called cabochons. So they're generally flat on the bottom, so I can glue them on my material. So I'm inspired by cabochons or focals. So I'm always looking for other artists' work. It could be glass, it could be clay, it could be porcelain, it could be anything. So that's usually what inspires me, the piece itself, the focal piece. Yeah.
Christy, we have a question. You want to read?
We do. Carol Ann, she asks, where do you get the real eye prosthetics?
Okay, so
good question, Carol Ann.
I know, excellent question. You know, when I saw this other artist, her name is Laura McCabe. She's a great, incredible, well-respected bead artist out east. She had some books, and I saw she did a bracelet with all these prosthetic eyes, and the eyes were looking at all different directions. And oh my God, it was so bizarre. And I was on a mission. So I went on eBay and I went on Etsy. So eBay is your best bet. And, you know, it took me a while to get a really good sense of buying from certain people. Usually when you're buying an eyeball, you're bidding on it. So you might bid it and then somebody outbids you. And sometimes you have opportunities to just buy an eyeball or a couple. So I ended up buying eyeballs over a period of time and collecting them. And they're glass eyes, and they're made back in the 1800s, early 1900s. And then as time went on, they started making acrylic eyes. They're a little bit more sturdy. And it creeped me out. The first time I had an eyeball come in the mail, I was like really freaked out opening my package, because I was like, oh my God, you know. And then once you hold it, you go, oh, that's cool. You know, they don't freak me out.
Because they used to be in some.
You're just like, right?
Yeah. But, you know, it's all art. Most people buy prosthetics for art. Yeah, that's really all they buy them for. They don't use them. And I don't want to know if anybody used them, right? Yeah, usually they're bought a lot of those eyes came from Germany, the older ones. Yeah. And I've actually put chips of prosthetic eyes into my clay work. That's another thing that I do is polymer clay. You've seen my stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put an eyeball, a polymer chipped eye into my clay work. Yeah. I hear dogs.
I know I muted.
It's Mochi.
I call Mochi Moochie. I can't get that Mochi thing down. It's Moochie.
Yeah. What advice do you give to aspiring artists?
I would say be nice to yourself. Allow yourself to explore and create. And you may try one thing and then you move on to something else. And then you may find your niche and you might get bored with that, or you might turn and go back to something else. So don't be discouraged. And, sometimes it's good to take a class. I know with this pandemic, you can't really do that, but there's so many YouTube videos or Zoom classes that you can learn. Bead stores offer classes, or books. You can buy books. Books are so valuable in the process of learning all of this. And whether you do beading or clay or sculpture or painting, right, Savea? Everybody has a focus, a niche. And, I wish I was a lot younger so then I could veer off and try something else. There's so much out there that you can do, and just don't be discouraged. I mean, you should have seen some of the pieces I had made when I started out, and people bought some of it. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they bought that. That is so not good, and then you can take things apart and use pieces. That's the cool thing about bead embroidery. You can do it and put it down and walk away and then come back a week later and pick it up and do it, or tear it apart. It's a long, tedious process, but it's actually very meditating and very relaxing to me. And if I'm stressed out, it's only because I have a mission. But really, do things for yourself and don't be discouraged. Just keep working at it. My friend said, if it takes you 40, 60 hours to do this one thing, that's okay. And then she said that to me and I was like, really? Oh, okay. So that's my advice.
My turn. Okay, well, there she goes. Okay, so my question is, what is your favorite project you have done?
My favorite project, let me see. I would say probably the midwife piece, the cello piece, or the alligator skull. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, I love that alligator skull. That is
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. I have another skull that's sitting there looking at me over there on the shelf that one day I'm going to bead her. Yeah. So I have another one waiting.
Yeah, that's neat. Another question. How do you come up with your color combinations?
Okay, so there are books and color wheels. I mean, you can go on a bookstore or the library or wherever and look up color combinations. I wasn't really, I just kind of went instinctually by what I thought looked good. And then I would look at other artists' work and go, oh, I never thought of putting hot pink and orange together. That never occurred to me. Sometimes you'll see something and it just stands out and you go, God, I'm going to go with that. Somebody told me I have a natural instinct with color. I have a art friend who told me that. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I think it's just time. Savea or Christy, do you have any suggestions on that?
I love your color combinations because I love hot pinks and purples and the teals, and I love it. I love the colors. Those are the same colors I would probably work with.
Yeah,
they're really
I think like
They're
some
happy
people,
colors.
yeah, happy. I've been
Mhm.
told that my colors are Mardi Gras, and I remember somebody said that to me, and I go, "What's Mardi Gras?" You know, I didn't know. I've never been to New Orleans, but I think your personality, you're drawn to the colors that you like. Like my
Yeah.
friend, she uses a lot of earthy colors like browns and golds and beiges, and you know, I can do that, but what makes me happy is bright color. Yeah.
Yeah. They're party colors. So
A
you're
party.
you're a happy person to be around.
I'm a happy person.
Yeah, the colors that you're using too are very vibrant and they're very eye-catching. And yeah, I mean that's generally like that idea of using those colors. I mean, there are a lot of jewel tones,
Yes, jewel tones.
which is also like there are people that are drawn to those colors.
Mm-hmm. And some people they say they're afraid of color. And I was like, who's afraid of color? But it's like anything. It's what you're drawn to and it reflects your personality. So I guess, like you said, I'm a happy person. I like bright colors. I have red glasses.
And then also, do you have?
Oh, yes, I have a little tiny streak of purple. Can you see it? I did it just
Oh
for Savea.
yeah.
Yeah, I have purple hair. You can't really see it in here, but I do have purple hair.
I love your purple hair, Savea.
So I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
What is your favorite music?
Ooh. Wow. What is my favorite music? I know people are going to think I'm nuts. I like real fat, high energy, probably a little bit of rave and techno thrown in there. My son and I, when we get in the car, we're playing with a radio station. And man, if it's just like the right beat and it's really fast and it's really cool, I just love it. But then if I'm grouchy, then I want to play more relaxing, kind of chill music. I don't know. I like pretty much all music. I'm not a real big country music person, unless you're Shania Twain. I like that. Classical, I studied classical music, a large portion of my life. I don't generally listen to it, but I taught aerobics for many years in my younger days. And so I kind of drawn to that kind of music, kind of is like colorful music, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see the rave in your music. I can see that. I mean, in your art. I can
or the
see
music
rave
in my rave. Or rave
yeah.
in my music,
Sorry.
in my art. Yeah.
It's been a long day.
I know. And you know what? When you move your arm, Christy, you're partially in that space. It's so fun.
I know. I said I'm in space. Remember, I'm on the alien spaceship.
I love that.
Well, it's kind of interesting, when I see your artwork, I'll think, okay, well, you're saying that you like rave music, like what Christy said. Okay, I can see that because it's really like,
Mm-hmm.
you know how if you look at the computer animated music, like, well, how there's like all of the different, the ratings,
the lights,
and then it's a computer generated animation from the music. Like I could see like all those colors in your artwork, and like, I could see what Christy's saying, but I never took you for a raver.
So when my daughter Lauren was in high school, she used to say to me, Mom, let's go to a rave, and I'd go, okay, but we never did. But, we would listen to loud music in the car, and it's like, Lauren, my daughter, was into punk music. So what am I thinking? The Misfits and all this loud, fast, crazy music, and I really got into that with my kids. But then again, from teaching aerobics back in the 80s, when aerobics was really coming about, probably got my brain in that mode. Yeah. And it's just energizing to me. Yeah.
80s aerobics is awesome. I wish they would bring that back.
I know.
I would totally get the leotard and tights and everything.
Oh my God. I had like beads. I had so many colorful leotards and tights and leg warmers and the whole 9 yards. Yep. So fun.
Do you listen to your music when you bead?
You know, I really don't. I periodically turn on the TV and listen to like a music station, like VH1, and listen to like 80s or something. And I go, oh, wow, this is great. But no, I don't. I usually turn on a TV show that's something I'm interested in. It could be about aliens or it could be Say Yes to the Dress. So it's either the History Station, watching those shows. Yeah, I like that show called Alone. If nobody knows what it is, look it up. It's really a good show. And yeah, whatever's on TV. But I try not to watch news. No, not good.
Yeah, I don't either.
No.
Ask any questions? I think we have a couple more questions left.
I believe we do. Let's see here. What is your creative process?
Oh boy. Well, if you saw my room right now, it's quite a bead disaster, which means I have stuff everywhere. And my creative process is, I think, okay, am I going to put a piece together that I'm going to create for me? Or am I going to create a piece to teach? So I usually have things going on in my head thinking about, okay, I've got this Battle of the Beadsmith contest coming up. So that's a big endeavor in itself. Or I'm working on some kits that I'm putting together. Hang on. This is, I don't know if you can see this. This is a kit and there's different colors. This is, she's a butterfly. Her name is Madam Butterfly. So I've been working on kits to teach for the future. So my creative process is I set out my stuff. I accumulate colors, textures, beads, focal pieces. I usually glue down the main focal pieces and I'll look at it and come back to it. So I don't just do it all at once. You know, it's like I'll do a little bit and then I back off and then I do a little bit more. I don't know how to really explain it. Mm-hmm. It's probably just my style.
How many projects do you have going right now?
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
If she raves, she has a lot going on.
If my brain raves, actually. I have techno music. My brain is techno.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when we moved out here back in April, I probably had 10 or more pieces all at once ongoing. And because I had just retired from my full-time job. So moving across the country was a big thing. And I was so excited to move. But then at the same time, I wanted to start working on all these pieces that have been sitting there, you know, looking at me for months and months. So I did a little bit of this, a little bit of that, finished that. And so now I'm kind of into the kit making and starting my Battle of the Beadsmith on Sunday, officially.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
So you just let them, you kind of put them together and kind of let them start to form. They start to form in little, you have them around. And
I have piles all over the place.
Kind of build them up as you go. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Okay. And then I have a question. How long did it take to make one of your larger pieces, like your really large ones?
Well, I'm supposed to do that in a 2-month span. So working full time and doing a big piece like that was very intense. So I pretty much everything else went by the wayside. You know, your house gets really dirty and dusty. The laundry piles up. your family has to eat their own food. And so I would get up early in the morning before I'd work on a piece. I'd come home. I'd look at the clock and go, okay, I have 4 hours. Okay, I'm going to do this for 4 hours. And so working full time and beading an intense piece, the busier I am, the more work I get done. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I sometimes can't believe that I did all that, those pieces, in that short period of time. The alligator, I did that over a span of probably about 1.5 years. I started it and then put it down and then spent about 6 months intensely just doing that.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm really good yeah. Pardon?
No, I said, oh, wow, that's a lot. That's a long time.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're just small little seed beads, right? That's why it takes so long, because these are tiny, tiny little beads.
Yeah, and there's little techniques, to make things stay and look. And yeah, it's hard to explain. I mean, if you take my class, then I can teach you how to do it. Yeah.
Okay, well, do you have any other questions, Christy? Because we're like
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, it was very interesting.
This was really cool.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell you really quick that Carol Ann said she loves that kit you just showed.
Ooh.
And I was saying it's kind of like doing a puzzle. And Carol Ann said you should join us in a Zoom night and finish some of your projects.
Okay. Or work on them with you. I shouldn't I?
You know what?
Yes.
I've been told by a lot of people, they say, you know what? I like doing these because I actually set aside time and I'm actually getting my projects done. So
yes, group. Yes.
right?
I'm probably more of I can watch a TV show and kind of glance but if I'm in a room with a lot of people, I like to talk, and you do too, right? Yeah. So sometimes I'm distracted, but it is fun to be with a group of people and you're all working on projects. No, definitely. It is very fun. I should do that. I should join your group.
Yeah, you should. We would love
I should. Thursdays and Sundays, right?
It's Thursdays and Sundays, 6 to 9. Yes.
6 to 9. So that I'm 3 hours ahead. So it's 9 to midnight.
Yes. So what time is it where you are right now?
Okay. Guess what time it is here. Just guess.
Let's see. 1:30 in the morning?
Oh no, I'm looking at a clock, but it's 20 till 3 in the morning.
Wow.
But, being a nurse midwife, I used to work nights all the time. So, I drank tea, I ate some chocolate. I'm very awake right now. So I feel fine. Yeah, this was so much fun for me. You don't get to talk about what you do very often in life in one setting. I'm telling you, this is like awesome. I totally appreciate it.
You joined us, so it's great.
I know.
I was thrilled.
On this show, like we try to bring a variety of people that can help inspire. And I think that what you have is just really inspirational. That's why I wanted to bring you on, because it's different. And it's nice to see what other people are doing. And, someone will say, hey, Betty, I saw you 10 years ago and you were like on the show and you inspired.
Oh my God. And I was 10 years younger then. Oh, thank you. I had so much fun doing this. I really had a good time.
It
was so much fun. And I missed you guys in California.
I know. I know because Betty isn't here anymore. She's in Ohio. But it's okay.
Where I grew up.
You can visit us anytime.
Yes, I can. I will. Yes, I will.
One call away, right? Hey, Betty.
Hey. Hello?
Yes. Okay.
It was so great.
Thank everyone. Thank you for everyone for watching and share the video. And I think I'm going to double check to make sure my nudity's seen and see how bad it is. And then I'm going to edit it out.
I couldn't believe, you know what, Savea, I really thought Savea is not on. I'm watching her get undressed. I took my white coat off and I go, this is hysterical. It took a lot for me not to be laughing because
Well,
you told me to
I
mute.
was in the middle of messaging her and I was like, oh my
Uh-huh.
God.
I thought it was
Been like,
hysterical. Well, you know what? That's how you get more people to watch your show.
Exactly.
they want to see
Exactly.
extra skin.
Well, it was entertaining. I think you should leave it in there.
Really?
Yeah, I
Because
don't
could
know.
Put the whole like segment on top of it, and then it's not going to be there.
Good thing you wore your black bra instead of like a white bra or
Yeah,
something. you
yeah.
know?
It might not have looked. Actually, I think my bra's purple.
Okay, purple.
Oh, yeah.
Of course you're purple.
I know.
Just say,
Purple.
I did it on purpose.
I really thought
Behind
it
the
was part of the
scenes.
show.
As
it was
I said, on purpose.
It was so nice to meet you too, Christy, and talk to you.
Yeah, it was great meeting you too.
Yeah. You should be on the show and you talk about what you do too.
I have been, yeah.
Oh, you have been? Good.
Yeah. Mhm.
Good, good.
And then they made me co-host when one of them needs me.
Oh, okay. Aw.
Okay. Well, thank you, Betty, and stick around
Okay.
for a little bit, Betty, after, and I'm going to do our end credits. And
Yeah.
feel free to dance if you want to.
We always dance. Yes, yes, we do.
You're gonna dance?
She can rave. Where's her stick? Sugar pickles, hypno pickles.
That was great.
God.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was awesome.
I need to stop this live screen. Bye, everyone.
Bye.